Alright guys, welcome back to Candroid Crypto. So I just finished a video on these GPU risers and I guess the desktop GPU holders. Now, I had to get that video out of the way because I picked up another card the other day and the farm is growing again. But first I got to do a little bit of rework on this PC box. It's got one power supply in it with only a single 6-pin. This motherboard actually has three full PCI Express slots. I'll give you a quick look. Hopefully you can see in there. I mean, the light's not the best, but maybe this angle's better. So yeah, we got 3 full slots. We got one here, one here, one here. So I'm going to use this motherboard. We're going to get at least 2 more graphics cards in here, starting with the one I have on the desk, and then maybe 3. But before we do that, this power supply's got to go. This may become just a bench setup with one single card, and yeah, so let me pull this out. Let's get the other power supply in. I do have another, I think 750 or 800 watt power supply we're going to drop in here to replace this guy. Alright, so here's our other power supply, guys. I don't know, I may have shown it in another video just on a quick bench test. It's just a Deep Cool 750, but it is fully modular. And it does have a lot of connections here for VGA. We've got 4 connections for VGA or PCI Express, and we got another 4 6-pins. So the power supply has enough outputs to do what we want it to do. I already have most of the cabling in place. Alright, there we go guys, power supply's in. Let me get all the cabling done and then I'll come back, we'll drop our graphics card in. I've got all the cables connected. I've got 2 8-pin PCI Express cables just ready to go. Probably only one's going to get wired right now, but the second one's going to be ready to go when the second card comes in. Yeah, and this power supply, it's kind of cool. It's got the flat cables and they're actually long enough to run all the way around the chassis and then get up to where the motherboard connector is. So not bad on the cabling from this little cheap Deep Cool power supply. And yeah, we're ready to go. I've got cables over here just for an SSD. I'm not using SSDs, but this is just going to boot Windows and I can play with the settings on the graphics card. Alright guys, now that the PC is ready to go, let's do a little unboxing of this, I guess, Nitro RX580 Special Edition. Let's get the PC out of the way. Nice box as always. Sapphire has always been really nice on their boxes. I remember back 10, 15 years ago even buying Sapphire cards. Alright, we'll set that up there for you. Okay, there we go. This was a used card, guys. I picked up off Facebook Marketplace. The going rate for these cards right now is about $450, give or take Canadian. And this bag is super tight. How did they even get that in there? Okay, this bag's going to have to get ripped apart. This obviously came from a different card. The guy said he had just purchased a 3070 Ti. Yeah, I'm going to rip the bag, guys. It's kind of useless. Alright, there we go. Nice look at the Sapphire Nitro Plus Special Edition RX580. I have 2 of them running in a rig already. This is going to be card number 3. And there is a long-term plan, guys. Essentially, once I get 6 of these, you may see me build a rig with 6 of the Sapphire Nitro Plus Special Editions. Alright, let me go get that in the PC and we'll be right back. Okay, PC is ready. I've got the Sapphire Nitro Plus Special Edition in here. I will not be able to get 3 cards in this motherboard. Back here you can see where all the I/O stuff plugs in, the power switch, the reset switch, all that stuff. That is going to be directly in the way if I was to try to put another card in this bottom slot here. So that's not going to happen. So this will be a 2-card little PC mining rig. I put the card in the bottom slot because it's always easier to fill from the bottom up. And yeah, so we're ready to power it up. I did have to take out all the cable management stuff out of this PC. Again, because the card is fairly long, you can't really fit this in a micro PC tower. But yeah, I've never really seen these things before. They're like, I guess, little management clips that actually screw in. They screw into the motherboard holes, so, or into the chassis holes, just like a motherboard screw would. So yeah, I had to take all that out in the back. Okay, let me go get this PC powered up, guys, and we are ready to go. This will add another 30 to 32 mega hash, and it's going to bump me over 300 mega hash right now on Ethereum. So here we go. We've got the computer powered up. You could see that I could see it set for blue, or it's set for some other setting. I'm going to make this match the other 2 cards I have, and we're going to go from there. Alright, so I'm on Sapphire's website, but I have already downloaded and installed the Sapphire Tricks, which I've showed you before. Something I didn't show you guys before, there's a couple different tabs. There's a hardware monitor tab here on the Sapphire Tricks software. You can see it's got GPU clock, memory clock, temperature, fan speed, fan RPM, which doesn't look like it's reporting. GPU load. There's a bunch of different things here if you're interested in looking at that. One thing I do recommend, this card I bought used, so what we're going to do, we're actually going to do a fan health check on the unit, and you just basically go to the tab and you hit start fan check. So let's let it run through, let's let it do that just to make sure the card is working properly. I don't suspect there's an issue, but it never hurts to test, guys, because when you buy these cards just, you know, from a Facebook guy, or you never know, you might have some issues. So fan 1 completed, it's running fan 2 now. Fan health is okay. So there we go, quick check. It's about the only other test you can do here. The other thing is the Nitro Glow. I want to set this to the same thing as my other cards, and it was rainbow, and I did 50%. So you can see the card. Hopefully you'll see the card in the background. I might do an overlay or something. You can see the card is actually cycling through the colors now, which is actually what I want. So yeah, rainbow 50%. Fan check we've done. Tricks boost, there's something here. I don't even play with this, guys, because I'm not really gaming in Windows. I'm not even mining in Windows, so I don't really adjust any of these settings. It's more like video resolution and stuff like that, so I'm not touching it. Hardware monitor I've already showed you, and dashboard, so it just gives you information. So 2,304 shaders. Yeah, there's just some information here. It shows you your BIOS version, 8 gigs of GDR5. Now what it doesn't tell me what type of memory it has, but I'll find that out once I get it loaded in probably RaveOS. So there we go, guys. I have the card put into my rig. Now I did have to pull my RX580 out because this card actually happened to be a Hynix card, and it was only getting about 22.5 mega hash. So I did have to BIOS flash that card. I'll put a link in the video where I've already done that in the past, and you can see how we BIOS flash the cards. So this card is now getting about 32 mega hash after the flash. So I have my 2 RX580 Nitro Special Editions here. I had to move my RX590 over here into the rig that initially put the RX580 card, but because I had to flash it, I had to move it. So I put the 580 over there, I put the 590 over here. This is running in RaveOS. It's getting about, I don't know, 28 mega hash or something. It's better than the other card getting 22.5, right? So that's why I made the swap. Just trying to maximize hash rates. And again, this stuff is eventually probably going to come to HiveOS too, but right now it's running in Rave. We are now officially over 300 mega hash on the crypto farm for Ethereum. and I have another 45 mega hash or so on Ethereum Classic. So the farm is growing, funds are coming in. Yeah, so stay tuned, guys. There's more to come. Happy mining. Alright, bonus footage, boys and girls. I picked up another RX580 Nitro Special Edition today. I picked this up for 400 bucks Canadian. Pretty good deal. It's one of the lowest deals I could find around my area, actually, which is pretty good. So yeah, let's drop this in. We have our other second cable ready for the power. We just need to essentially get this dropped in the motherboard. Well, it's going to be close to these memory card slots. I don't know why they do this. But it does fit. But literally the clips for the memory cards are sitting exactly on the back of the card. Let me grab my other power cable, which we already have ready. Secondary 8-pin connector. Okay, let's plug it in. Just got to tighten our little screw in here to hold the card down. Good to go. Let's get it powered up. Let's get this thing hashing. Alright guys, here you go. We're looking at my HiveOS. You can see I have 4 rigs here running in HiveOS. My first rig is my triple RX580 rig. These are the standard Sapphire Pulse cards. 2 Hynix, 1 Samsung. And the rig that we just put together. So this is the rig that we just finalized here. It has the first card is an Hynix RX580. It has been BIOS flashed and we're able to get 32 mega hash on the card. Core 1250, VDD 875, and MEM 2250 with a power limit of 105. It's only pulling about 102, but I always leave a couple watts spare because I find the AMD cards tend to run away a little bit. Sometimes you'll see it'll actually be pulling like 150 watts, and when in reality it's already set at 105. So yeah, so here's the other card. So here's the RX590 that I pulled out of the first Nitro rig. These cards, they just do not overclock well. You can't quite get to 32 mega hash. It becomes very unstable. Even a bump of 5 megahertz on the memory, it makes a big jump in the card. So it's possible this card was already modded before I got it. I'm not sure, but I don't push it much more than roughly where it's sitting right now. It will definitely crash at 2050. I believe it was a crash on the memory. So yeah, so those 2 cards, we're getting about 62 and a half mega hash on those 2 cards. And then my other Nitro rig with the special editions, again we're getting, yeah, so this one's pulling about 65 mega hash combined. One's a Micron, one's a Hynix, and these are both RX580s. So I really do like the Nitro SE cards, guys. The thermals are pretty good. Like, look at this one, 46 degrees, 56 degrees. And let's go check the other rig real quick. 57 degrees and 44. So they do fluctuate a bit because they're kind of in a PC tower. They're not in an open air frame. But yeah, basically, with those 2 additions of those cards, I'm at 280 mega hash in HiveOS on Ethereum, and I have another Dell 3060 Ti over here pulling 60 mega hash. So you add them up, there's 280 plus 60. I got 340 mega hash on Ethereum. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Just wanted to show you the HiveOS. And currently right now we're sitting on another, yeah, so 0.0587 Ethereum. I'm getting roughly a payout less than every 2 weeks on Ethereum, and on HiveOS it gets paid out at 0.1. So you can see the last payout here, it was 0.1054, and before this time next week, right now it's Monday, before this time next week we will definitely have another payout. So yeah, there you go guys. Keep on hashing. RX580s are good cards to jump into the market with. They're fairly inexpensive. Still a little pricey, but a lot cheaper than a 3060 or a 3080, 3090. Alright guys, keep on hashing.